Actually, we are live. It's me. It's me. It's Jessica Northey, and I'm so excited because I've known this gal for a couple of years, and I'm here to turn this off so you can see me. Peekaboo! I'm Jessica Northey. CMchat on Twitter, Twangout on Google+. If you want to ask Sarah Davidson questions, it's at SO Sarah Davidson. And use #CMchat. And I'm dying to, what is it, So Sarah Davidson, or does that stand for Southern Sarah Davidson?
No, So Sarah Davidson. Sarah Davidson was already taken, and I was like, what is something that people can recognize that would maybe be cool? And I was like, oh, that is So Sarah Davidson. So I just got So Sarah Davidson and ran with it.
I like that. And I totally skipped a jump there because Bethany is going to introduce you, so pretend like you haven't seen Sarah yet.
That's right. We'll rewind. So Sarah Davidson went to Belmont University, and after she graduated, she had an internship at a record label, and then she got a publishing deal, and she's been playing around Nashville, doing all kinds of stuff, working on her full-length album. You might recognize her from the TNT reality series, Private Lives of Nashville Wives, and she's nice enough to take a break down in beautiful Key West from being in the sun, having fun, and enjoying the beautiful weather to talk to us. So thank you, Sarah. Welcome.
Yay!
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. This is so much fun. Thanks for having me.
I know. This is long overdue. So you went to
Absolutely.
Belmont.
I did. I went to Belmont University and loved it.
So that was where you're from Georgia originally?
Yes, I'm from Valdosta, Georgia. I moved to Nashville at 20, and I, wanted to go to Belmont, wanted to get plugged into the music business, and, I wanted to get my feet wet and learn what the writing community was about, and I feel like I did that, and, Nashville's such an amazing, amazing place, full of so much culture and music, and there's just an energy there, so right when I went to Belmont, I just fell in love with Nashville and, knew that I wanted to be there forever making music.
Oh, my God. We have a bunch of questions coming in from you. You know something? Bethany said she went through your resume, what you did right after college. You worked at a label. What label did you work at?
I actually worked at Curb Records.
Oh.
Yeah, sitting behind the front desk and reading fan mail and all kinds of stuff. But I learned so much about just the business and the publishing side of things and the record side of things, and so, it was fun. It was a good way to kind of meet people and really get plugged into the community of the music business. And I say music business, and I'm not referring to the actual business, just the kind of community of people in the business. So it was a really great experience. I really loved it.
It's funny, yeah, people come in right now or looking at you now and they see overnight success. They don't realize, going to Belmont, you're preparing for the future. You do, you're at a record label, and then you work hard for how many years now? It's been like...
Yeah, I've been in Nashville. I'm 29 right now, and I'll be 30 in October. The big 30. But so I've been here almost 10 years, and I think that so many people see kind of overnight success, and really, when you look at people that are successful, they've basically spent their whole lives trying to, make a career in music, and I think it's kind of more about deciding, okay, this is my life that I'm going to make music with, and I've decided that at the age of 12, and I knew that there's a possibility that I might start for the rest of my life, and have to work a bunch of odd jobs, but I knew that this was what my heart was telling me to do, was to go to Nashville and make music, and so that's what I'm doing, and I'm so grateful to be able to be there doing that. It's just really, it's my dream, so it's really special to live those out.
Well, you have like some shout outs here. My screen's blowing up, but Tyler Winter's saying hello, Alana
Hi,
Clark,
Tyler.
Cassandra.
Hello.
Oh, her name's just Cassandra, like Madonna. She says, Sarah, Sarah, who are some of your musical influences from Cassandra?
Wow, so I grew up on all kinds of music, from gospel to rap to R&B. country has always been my favorite because of what it stands for and the songs, and it's lyrically really important for a story to be told in country music, which is so important to me. But some of my biggest influences in the 90s were Faith Hill and the Dixie Chicks and Martina McBride, and then people all the way back to Dolly Parton and Kitty Wells and Patsy Cline and Loretta Lynn. These are the women that have gone before me in country music and have laid the groundwork and have paved a way for women like me that have something to say to the world. So, I'm so grateful to all of the people that have gone before me in country music. But yeah, the 90s country is what I grew up on.
Awesome. That's funny to say 90s country. There's more questions coming in, but I'm going to jump over to Jen Swirsky, who put this whole day together and got you here for us. Thank you, Jen.
No problem. Thank you for being here, Sarah.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Speaking of your musical influences, you just released an EP. How have those influences, I guess, impacted you in order to make the EP that you made?
I think that the most important thing for me is to tell a story through an album and through each individual song. And, with this EP, what I wanted it to be was kind of just a story of, somebody falling in love and then that kind of ending and then a closure from that and moving on. And, I know as an artist, I don't have to necessarily write every single song. I've named some people earlier, Faith Hill, Martina McBride, Reba McEntire. They've really trusted the songwriters in Nashville to write great songs, and they listened to outside music. So not only as a songwriter am I going to cut stuff that I wrote, but I'm also going to listen to outside songs. And I think that was really important on this EP because there were some things that, some songs that were really special to me that I didn't write, but I felt like really were a part of my story and, things that the world would identify with. So, as far as that goes, just really taking that aspect of things and understanding that as an artist, these other women cut outside stuff. So they kind of taught me that through the music that they made.
I was actually going to ask you, I noticed when I listened to the EP that it almost sounded like a story from beginning to end, like an evolution. So that was intentional to put the tracks in that order?
Yeah, it was intentional. When we started looking at the track listings, and I really didn't even realize that it kind of went like that, but when I started really, I think that sometimes musically things happen for a reason that we don't really understand, and, those were the songs that were my favorite, and I decided to cut those. And, but when we started looking back at them, it clearly, could be turned into this beautiful story and an evolution of sorts. And so, I wanted to do that, and I really feel like it came together, and I'm really proud of it. So, yeah, it's been cool.
Bethany.
So you were on the reality show, The Private Lives of Nashville Wives. So is that like an easy thing? Because, you know when you're going to be on a reality show that it's reality. And
Right.
They put it all together in such a way. Did you want to sign on for it right away? Did it take some convincing? Were you worried about how you were going to be portrayed on the show?
I was worried, and it took a lot of contemplating and a lot of considering. But, I've been in Nashville, at the time when I started talking with the production company for 7 years and had been writing music and, had been writing good music. And it was really challenging to get somebody to put the money into my career that it takes to, go to radio and play them the music, because it's not free, So it had been a challenge, and so I found this team that really, TNT and Evolution, they believed in me and they believed in my music and they really got behind me. And so I felt like, I wanted to put the music out there, and I almost felt like, what did I have to lose, And, I'm happy with the way it turned out, and I knew that also that they were going to use whatever I gave them. And if I, treated myself with respect and respected, what I was going through and wanted to be a message of something bigger and didn't get catty, I wanted it to be about something bigger. So I knew that if I gave them that they'd be able to use it in a positive way, because positivity can be just as interesting as negativity. It's all how you look at it.
Right. No, that's great. That's a really good outlook to have when you do something like that, because it is very easy for them to find the negative stuff. So if you just know you're doing it for the right reasons, then they don't have anything else to work with.
Right, exactly. You don't give them that freak out crazy moment, then they can't use it.
Right.
You know what's really neat about you, Sarah, is like you're just the epitome of American beauty and gorgeous and so smart and so articulate, and you're all that in a bag of chips. It's good to know you. I'm glad you're in our lives.
Thank you so very much. That means so much to me. You know, I feel like, you know, I just want to be a voice and almost like a statement of like, hey, let's all work together. Let's all be women that encourage each other and support each other and stand for something more, you know, and are lights in this world rather than, you know, people that tear each other down. So, and y'all are as well powerful, beautiful women and are doing so much in country music, and it's just exciting. It's exciting to have good women rise into the top.
I know, it is cool. Hey, by the way, we have good women rising to the top, but when we look at who's Amy's, somebody is joining our call. Hello, Amy. The funny thing is that someone just said about your Cadillac 3 hat.
Yes. I love Cadillac 3.
Well, they have long hair. We were talking about women, and they have long hair, and I thought, no, just kidding. They all have long hair.
No, and I don't say that to take any disrespect away from the men as either, you know, but I'm just, you know, I love just seeing powerful women, and I want to be a voice for that. But I love Cadillac 3. Jaron Johnston is one of my good buddies, and they got it going on. Their music is so good.
He writes a lot of music and whatnot, right?
Yeah,
I mean, for women. I mean, like I know he's known for being in the band, but Jaron. Oh, I know what it was. Is Jaron helped? We had Ronnie Shirley on the other week, and he had helped whoever the wife. Remember, he wrote that story. Johnston, right? Johnston,
yeah.
Jaron. Okay, Jaron. I get everything confused. Somebody just accidentally hopped into the chat, and I was like, what is that? It was so funny. And all of a sudden, there's a person there, and she's like, sorry, wrong room. It was like that hotel, like someone knocks on your door. They're like, housekeeping. So Sarah, Jen did this like amazing review of your album, and we'll talk about the album. You just said that the single, I mean, Bright Lights, Big City, that's the single that's out to radio, right?
No, Drink You Up is the single that's out to radio, yes.
That was the theme song. Drink You Up is the radio single. I always get, it's hard because you're like, okay, wait, when's the radio single? That one wasn't on it is on the EP I got. I was trying to remember everything because I got your note, you got a little note from you with the CD, and I was like, oh, I did cartwheels in my living room, and it's such a great CD. Is there, by the way, second season of the show? Do you know yet?
We do not know. We haven't heard back yet, and you know, I think that there's definitely a possibility. TNT, I think, is just kind of reviewing all that went on in the ratings and all of that, and I think that they're going to be making a decision soon. But you know, I hope that I'll be able to share the continuation of my story with people, you know, and through some outlet. So whether it's, you know, Private Lives or another show or whatever, you know, I hope that I'm going to be able to share that with people.
Well, in watching the show, it's like you became such the focal character of the show. So, I mean, I can't imagine you're not getting, I mean, no matter what you do, you eat the camera. Even right now, it's like hard not to look at you, but watching you on camera, you're like, there was so much insane going on, and even though your life was going crazy, it was like everybody was still coming to you for emotional support. It's an interesting character you are.
Oh, well, thank you. That's, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm like, I pray. I don't know.
And then faith have a lot for you? Like, I know you talk about your faith.
Yeah, I grew up in a Christian household, so, you know, faith is really important to me. I think more than, you know, than anything, you know, the message that I want to give to people is a message of love, first of all, and then hope, you know, and that's one of the reasons I shared, you know, my story with people. There's a quote, and it goes, your own personal healing is the greatest message of hope for others. And I found that quote right as I was going through my divorce, and I was kind of deciding whether or not I was going to continue with the show, because I actually had considered, you know, not continuing with it and just kind of, you know, hiding or whatever. And, I just felt like I owed it to people to be somewhat of a message of hope, because I'd found a hope, and, I'm a Christian, and I believe my faith is in Jesus. And so that's where my hope comes from. But I also wanted to be able to share, just a message of positivity, and really what Jesus stands for is hope. And so just being able to tell people, hey, we're all going through it. We're all suffering, whether it's a divorce or sickness or, somebody passed away, we all lose things in our life. And so I wanted to let people know, like, you're not alone in that. I'm there with you. And even though everybody kind of walks around like, oh, we have our shit together all the time, like, we don't. Let's be real, we don't. So that's kind of where I stand on that.
And we'll come back to that. Jeremy Chua has just said two things, and I was going to say, speaking of Jesus, take the wheel, but he's asking you if you're friends with Kelly Pickler, and I thought that was funny because it's Kelly Carey, and I always joke about that, but who said it, but he wants to know, I saw that you're friends with Kelly Pickler. How did you get to know each other, and do you have a favorite song of hers? I thought that was cute. Jeremy's been with us all morning.
I am friends with Kelly. She is such a doll face. She's so, so, so sweet. And actually, she lived just right down the street from me. But my really good friend, Rachel Bradshaw, who's also a singer-songwriter and is making her album right now and about to go to radio, she introduced us. She's very close with Kelly and her husband, Kyle. And I've written with Kyle in the past as well when I was at Curb. And so yeah, we're all good friends, and Kelly is such a sweetheart. She's really a doll.
Love her. Bethany.
So you do have a really great presence on camera, and you're so real and so relatable that I wonder, do you see yourself doing more television? Maybe not a reality show, but like I could totally see you hosting a talk show or doing some kind of a show for women or just something else. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I never would put out any idea, of anything in my life. That would be so amazing if I was able to connect with other women through, or, other people, other human beings through a TV show. That would be amazing for me. My main focus right now is my music. That is the most important thing for me. And I want to spend my time making music and building this career. But once I'm there and I've made a couple albums and I have done a tour of my own and all of that, I can definitely see all of that stuff happening. I love connecting with people, and I think that'd be a really fun way. So yeah, definitely.
You'd be great at it.
Oh, thank you.
Jen?
Yeah, I want to throw it back to Drink You Up. Can you tell us a little bit about the song and what the fan reception has been?
It has been so awesome. So the song was written by Caitlin Smith, Gordy Sampson, and Steve McEwen, and they're all such talented songwriters. And like I said, I've always, as an artist, wanted to hear outside songs because there's so many amazing songs in Nashville. And so I heard this song and immediately fell in love with it and knew that I wanted to record it, and because I was such a fan of it, I knew that other people would connect with it too, because I'm a fan of the music as well. So I was like, how cool that I get to cut this song and be the voice that takes this song to the world. So, and then also just, the lyric is just so fun. It's fresh. It's spring, summertime. It's falling in love. It's sitting in the back of a Jeep making out. It's just, it's so fun. And I really, really love that. And I'm at a place in my life where I need a little bit of that, So I'm excited about it. And so I've been out at radio talking, to radio stations about it and playing it for them. And it's been really great. The response has been overwhelming. To actually have anyone listen to my music and give a great response is so huge for me. But then to have people even tweeting me like, hey, I'm riding in the car, with the windows down with my girls and we're listening to Drink You Up, that makes my heart drop out of my chest, because that's why I write music. That's why I record music. That's why I've always wanted to be a singer-songwriter, is to have that connection and help people have fun and roll their windows down or take them on a journey. So for people to respond in that way is just you know, unbelievable for me, really, because, you know, I've been here for 10 years and it hasn't always been that way. So I'm so blessed and just thrilled, honestly.
Well, here's something really cute. Big Vinny Mac says, Big Vinny from Trailer Choir, he wants to know when you want to write a song with him.
Oh, hey, let's write. Let's do it. I'm in.
Okay, and then Alana Clark says, what are your routines before singing?
Before singing, you know, there's a couple different things that I do for a show, but then also in studio. So, I mean, just a bunch of different vocal exercises, really, and going over some of the songs, making sure you can hit those notes and, you know, doing some runs and that kind of stuff. But I think each singer kind of has their own little groove, and it's just a bunch of weird sounding stuff like, oh, I mean, it's so awkward.
We had Sarah Darling on, and she was doing one of her.
Yeah, me mama moo, me mama moo, me mama moo. It's like, woo, all kinds of stuff, girl.
You know what? This is like, we should be asking everybody that question and then put a whole videotape together of everybody.
Oh, that would be so funny. Oh, we should.
Hilarious. Yes, you have to do that.
We'll have to remember to do that. And so I'm going to throw up, we have more questions coming in, and we're going to take one more question. Actually, wait, I'll take one more question, Jen, one more question, Bethany. You guys hit us, pound CMchat with your questions, and I do have time for her to ask her a couple more of your questions. And go B or J,
right.
up, and away.
Okay, go ahead, Bethany.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to cut you off. Okay, so what is your dream collaboration? Like, if you could do a duet with somebody, who would you want to do a duet with?
Wow, that is so loaded.
Me, Jessica Northey. Jessica Northey.
Jessica Northey. Collabo 2014. You know, okay, so male or female? Narrow that down.
Let's go male.
Male, okay, wow. Oh, gosh. Can I say someone that's dead? Keith Whitley?
Oh.
You can say anybody you want to.
Yeah, I would say probably Keith Whitley, because he has one of the most organic, wonderful, smooth country voices of all time. But somebody today that I would love to duet with, Charlie Worsham. You know, I am friends with Charlie, and I am we played a bunch of shows together a couple years ago. We shared a bus and a band and played some shows, and I have become such a massive fan of his. I am like, your album is so ridiculous. And he's like, thank you, Sarah. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's so good. And he's like, okay, yeah, you can go away now. But I'm obsessed with it. I think that he's so talented. So probably him, because I think he'll be in country music for a really, really long time.
What about female?
Female? Oh. I would have to say I think it would be awesomely epic to do a duet with Faith Hill, just because she was my everything growing up. I mean, she was the queen. So, Faith.
Nice.
Good answers.
Jen, back at you, darling.
I interviewed you a while back, and you had told me that you were getting ready to start working on a full-length album. How's that going?
It's good. You know, I've been writing, and just I've heard so many songs over the past 10 years being here. So I already, funny enough, have a couple songs that I feel like are really going to be fitting for the concept of this album, and then I've got, you know, stuff that I've been writing recently, and a couple songs that I think are really going to set the tone for the whole record. And I wrote actually a song with a new group that's just formed called Muddy Magnolias. They just became a group, but we were writing together before that, and so written a couple songs with them that I think are going to be really key on the album. But I'm excited about it. It's going really well. I'm ready to get in the studio and cut it is the most important thing to me. I'm like, let's get in.
On that subject, actually, well, not on that subject, but close to it, somebody wanted to know, and I'm sorry if I lost you in the stream, are you going to have a video for Drink You Up?
I am going to have a video for Drink You Up. I was actually supposed to record a video about 2-3 months ago and was going out to LA to record it and ended up breaking my kneecap in a freak accident. And so I had to cancel my trip and have surgery and all that jazz. But I have been trying to get back out on the West Coast. But I think really what we're going to do for the video is we're actually going to do a contest where people can submit video treatments and different concepts, and then also have a competition for video producer and use somebody a little more amateur. So it'll actually get people, and fans and friends involved, and kind of do it that way, which is going to be really, really fun.
And smart. That is brilliant. You are such a marketing genius, little girl.
Oh, thanks, girl. Like, you're not, hello.
Well, it's fun. I'm drinking you up.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Got it in there. There's probably some more stuff coming in from Twitter. I want to let Jen ask one more question because I know we had questions submitted in advance. Oh, it was Alana Clark who asked that. Sorry, Alana. Thank you so much, Alana. Scott Colvin. I'm going down this easily. My computer's being a little bit delayed, but Jen, go ahead and jump in with your question, and I'll come back and do some more thank you shout-outs.
Okay. Any CMA Fest plans for you?
Yes. This is so horrible, but I do not know which day I'm playing, but I know I'm playing on the Hard Rock stage, the same stage I played on last year. And I believe it is on the Tuesday, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have it up all over my socials. We're just now doing the contract with Hard Rock, but I'll also be doing some meet and greet stuff, and I'll have a booth and hopefully get to meet some fans that are out there. And, CMA Fest is just so much fun. And then also there's the CMTs, so I'll walk the carpet for the CMTs and, do all of those festivities. So it's going to be a really fun week, and it always is.
Yay! I can't wait to see you. We'll be out there. I think I'm gonna be at the Chevy. I'll be at the Chevy Riverfront right there by Hard Rock. So you give me a big old hug.
Oh, don't you worry, girl. I will come find you.
Yay! And wrapping up, what would you want people to leave CMchat knowing about you, Sarah?
Just that I love, what I do, and I love making music, and to be able to, spend my whole life making music and writing music, and to finally have people connect through the music is just the biggest thing for me. To have people say, I discovered your music and it helped me through this, or it made me feel this way, or it helped me through a breakup, or, you sharing your story helped me. It's just to be able to connect with people through what my passion is just so out of this world to me. I wake up every day in Nashville, or whether I'm out on the road, and I just am so grateful that I get to do this. I mean, I'm so grateful. So, anybody that buys my music and supports me and comes to my shows, they're my friends, and I'm so grateful to have so many new amazing friends, and through the gift of music, it's really the ultimate dream life for me. So I'm so blessed and grateful.
And your website,
my website is sarahdavidson.com. My Twitter handle and my Instagram is @SarahDavidson. And playing CMA Fest, and check that out if you're in town. I would love to meet you. And let's stay in touch. The EP is on iTunes, and you can get it at Walmart as well.
Oh, you're so awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Sarah. And we have coming up next in about half an hour, we've got Whitney Duncan, Meghan Linsey, Ashliegh Lisset, Stephen Padilla, Two Story Road, Audra McLaughlin. Wow, we have a lot of pretty people today.
Yeah.
All this. You know what? I just think there's some beautiful people in country music. Thank you, Sarah Davidson. Love you. Love your show.
Thank you. Love you. Thank you so much for having me, and happy 3rd birthday. CMchat. Hello. Woo.